Assalamu alaikum everyone. Thank you so much for the 523 subscribers. I am so grateful for you guys, to you guys. And let's begin this whole thing up. And today in this video we are going to begin with the male external genital organ anatomy. So let us discuss this whole process. First of all, we need to know that you are on this channel, which is the ordinary days. So let's begin with it. So first of all, the male external genital organs, they are divided into two parts. One is the penis and one is the scrotum. Both of them, they are outside the body, so that is why they are external genital organs. The scrotum, it has two further things which are present in it. One is the testes. So the scrotum is a bag, it hangs like this, and it has one testes, and the testes has this pipe known as the epididymis, which carries the sperm to the region through which it will be released outside the body. Now this we are going to talk about the penis, which is the male organ of copulation. First of all, we need to know that it has two parts. One is its root and other is its body. We are going to discuss root first, then we are going to discuss the body. First of all, with respect to the root, you should know where the root is actually located. So if I zoom in a little bit, you can see the location of the root is in the superficial perineal pouch. So the root is located in the superficial perineal pouch, and it has erectile tissue which are three in number. Two are crura, one is bulb. Let's have a look. So this is the anatomy book, and in this book you can see the two portions of the penis. One is the root and other is the body. And actually it is present like this, but when we further divide it in at this pressure portion, we get the root behind and the body in the front. So the root is actually made up of three type of erectile tissue. Two are the crura or crus, and one is main, that is the bulb, which is one. So root has two crura and one bulb, which are its erectile masses, and it is present in superficial perineal pouch. Now crus, plural is crura. It has the meaning of a leg, and its attachment, it is attached with the pubic arch. When you draw the pubis, you have a pubic arch. So its attachment are with this pubic arch. So on both sides of the pubic arch, you have the attachment of the crura and covering it with the ischiocavernosus. So crus attached with pubic arch, covered by ischiocavernosus. Bulb, which is the main, which is present in center, it is it is attached with the perineal membrane between the two crura. So if there is perineal membrane over here between the two crura, so with on that perineal membrane we have the attachment of the bulb, and bulb is covered by the bulbospongiosis covering. And they are saying that the bulb is pierced on its deep surface by the urethra, and the urethra is going to traverse the whole of the bulb till the level of the corpus spongiosum, which is a part of the body. And they are also saying that bulb shows a dilation in the floor of the corpus spongiosum, which is intrabulbar navicular fossa. We will discuss that in the body, but first you need to know the crus. Both of these locations, the root actually, which is made up of three erectile tissue, it is present in the superficial perineal pouch. Then the root has two portions, one is the crura and one is the bulb. The crura, they are attached to this margins of pubic arch, whereas this bulb is attached with this perineal membrane between the two crura. And bulb is traversed in its whole length by the urethra, and this urethra continues till the level of the corpus spongiosum, and then it shows a dilation, which is the intrabulbar navicular fossa, and it has a covering of bulbospongiosis, whereas these crura, they are covered by ischiocavernosus. So this was all about the root. I hope you understood. These are the two legs or the crura. We have the bulb in the center. The attachment of the bulb is on the perineal membrane, whereas these two crura, they are attached to the pubic arch boundaries. Now we are going to talk about the body. So the whole body, it is the free portion. It lies outside. Okay, for example, if you have these two pubic symphyses, so this bulb or this body, it is located anterior to and in front of and in the lower portion of the pubic symphysis. Now it is the free portion, and it is enveloped by the skin, and it is continuous with the root. So both of these things, the root and the body, they are continuous with each other, but Root lies inside the body in the superficial perineal pouch, whereas this body lies outside the main trunk. Now this body, which body of the penis, which is located in front of the lower part of pubic symphysis, it also has three elongated erectile tissue masses. Now, as you know, there are two crura and one bulb which was present in the root. Now the two crura, they are going to extend into the body as two corpus, which are corpus cavernosum, and this bulb will become corpus spongiosum. So corpus cavernosum and corpus spongiosum, this is how they are going to continue. Now also they are saying that this penis, if we draw the body of the penis like this, so the surface which is going forwards and upwards, this surface, this is the dorsal surface, whereas the surface which is going backwards and downwards, this surface, it is the ventral surface. So if this is your body, so the surface which is projecting upwards or forwards, this is the dorsal surface, whereas the surface which is backwards and downwards, this one, it is going to be your ventral surface. Now we are going to talk about the erectile tissue. The erectile tissue, as I told you, in the root there were two crura and one bulb, and the crura, they continue as corpus cavernosum, whereas bulb continues as corpus spongiosum. So we have two corpus cavernosum and one middle corpus spongiosum, and whenever these corpora, they are engorged with blood, what happens? When you are pushing blood into something, this whole thing will get engorged with blood, and then it will enlarge. That happens during erection. Now we are going to discuss the two corpora, that is corpus cavernosum and corpus spongiosum. Let us have a look. So this is actually these two, they are corpora cavernosum, whereas this one in the middle, this is corpus spongiosum. And as you know, urethra was traversing this bulb, so the urethra is going to continue into the corpus cavernosum as well. Let's have a look. So corpora cavernosa, it is present on the sides, and it is forward continuation of the crura. As I told you, it is forward continuation of the crura, whereas this corpus spongiosum, which is present in the middle, it is the forward continuation of the bulb of the penis. So the corpora, they are going, the crust, they are going to continue forward as the corpus cavernosum, whereas the bulb is going to continue as corpus spongiosum in the midline. Now they are saying that corpora cavernosa, they do not reach the end, rather they are present somewhere in between. They do not reach the end, rather they end before reaching the tip. And where do they end? They end underneath one thing. Let's discuss what is the thing. So this corpus spongiosum, it reaches the end and it forms a terminal expansion or a dilated portion, and that dilated portion is known as the glans penis. So this was the bulb in the root. The bulb continued as corpus spongiosum. The corpus spongiosum goes till the end and it forms a dilation, which is the glans. And this glans then forms, this glans is actually the place which goes till the tip. But these corpus cavernosum, they are going to end before going till the tip. Rather, they are going to end beneath this glans penis. So this was the whole anatomical structure. Now they are saying that corpora cavernosa, it is surrounded by fibrous envelope, which is known as the tunica albuginea. Now this tunica albuginea is so present that first of all, they are longitudinal fibers which are going to have a common covering around both, and in deeper to that we have a circular covering which is going to enclose each corpus separately. What do I mean by that? That deeply, for example, these are the two corpus cavernosum, they are covered deeply by circular fiber of its own, but on the whole they are covered by a longitudinal network which covers both of them. So circular, deep. In the deep they have their own circular and circular covering, but in the superficial region the circular covering is further covered by a longitudinal muscular covering, and that muscular covering is common to both. I hope you understood with that. Now we have the corpus spongiosum. It is also surrounded by a fibrous sheath. Now we are going to talk about the skin. As you know, the skin is thin, it is dark, If it is thin, it is loosely attached with the facial sheath below. Now they're saying that this neck region of the um, penis, it is folded and it forms a prepuce before penis or the foreskin. So if you can see over here, so this region is actually the neck, and at the level of the neck the skin starts to make a fold, and that fold is known as the foreskin, before skin, or prepuce. And the space between the gland and the prepuce, it is known as the prepuceal sac. So this is the glans and this is the prepuce, and the space between the two, that white space, it is known as the prepuceal sac. Now we know that this corona glandis and neck, both of them, they are covered with prepuceal or sebaceous glands, which are going to secrete this semigma, which is going to fill this prepuceal sac. So what are they going to say? That this region where the glands is forming a curve, it is known as the crown or the corona glandis. And this corona glandis as well as the neck region, so corona glandis and neck region, both of them, they have different types of the sebaceous glands, and these sebaceous glands, they are going to release semigma, and this semigma will fill this white space, that is the prepuceal sac. Now they're saying that on the undersurface of the glands we have a median fold of the skin, which is known as the frenulum or bridle. So if this is your penis, it has this front surface, which was the dorsal surface, back surface, which was the ventral surface. On the ventral surface of the glands we have a median fold, and that median fold is known as the frenulum or bridle, which is made up of skin. Now we can talk about the fascia of the penis, which is divided into a superficial fascia and a deep fascia, which is also known as the buccal fascia. Now the superficial fascia, this superficial fascia of the penis, it is loosely arranged areolar tissue. First of all, if you are going to discuss any organ, you have a skin. If we divide it like this, you have skin. Beneath the skin you have this superficial fascia, and then you have this deep fascia. So now in this diagram, I hope you can see, in this diagram you can also see that this brown covering is your skin, this one is your superficial fascia, and this one is your deep fascia. So now the superficial fascia, it is loosely arranged areolar tissue. It is not devoid of fat but has some muscular fibers, and it is continuous with the two things. Superficially or above, it is continuous with the abdomen membranous layer, and below it is continuous with the perineum. So above it is continuous with the fascia of the abdomen membranous layer, and below it is continuous with the perineum. So this is the skin, and just below the skin, this light greenish color, this is the superficial fascia, and this superficial fascia, it is composed of loosely arranged areolar tissue. It is not having any fat, but it has certain amount of muscular fibers. Also, they are saying that in above it is continuous with the fascia of the abdomen, but below it is continuous with the fascia of perineum, and in the abdomen it is continuous with membranous layer of the fascia, but below it is continuous with the perineum. And then we have superficial dorsal vein of the penis, which is piercing it, the superficial fascia. So it has a superficial dorsal vein because this portion, as I told you, this portion is the dorsal portion. So any vein which will be traversing it will be the dorsal vein. But since the dorsal vein is present in the superficial fascia, so it will be known as the superficial dorsal vein. Now the deep fascia or the buccal fascia, which surrounds all the three masses of the erectile tissue and does not extend into the glans. This deep fascia, it is continuous proximally with the dartos fascia of urogenital triangle. This was continuous with the membranous fascia of abdomen and with the perineum, but this is continuous with the fascia of urogenital triangle, that is the dartos fascia and fascia of the urogenital triangle. Now this fascia, as you can see, this is the deep fascia, and deep to the deep fascia you can see the three masses of erectile tissue, but it also has certain other things. One is a vein, one is an artery, and one is a nerve, and these are dorsal artery, the dorsal vein, and the dorsal nerve. But the superficial one, because it was present the superficial fascia on the dorsal region, so we call it the superficial dorsal vein. I hope you understood the both fascia, the skin, the superficial fascia, the deep fascia, and the deep fascia is continuous with the fascia of urogenital triangle and with the dartos fascia. D for deep, D for dartos. Now we are going to discuss the base of the glans. Now this base of the glans, this is the glans, and the base of the glans has a projecting margin which is known as the crown, which overhangs the neck. And within the glans we have urethra, which is like crossing over it, and when the urethra makes a dilation in the root, that is known as in the roof, which is known as the navicular fossa. So this is what they're talking about, that this is the crown. This is the crown of the glans. The crown is continuous with the obliquely present neck, and as you know, this whole corpus spongiosum and in the root, the corpus, the bulb and the corpus spongiosum, both of them, they are traversed by this urethra, which makes a dilation in the glans, and this dilation is known as the navicular fossa, and this dilation is mainly present in the roof and not in the floor. So I hope you understood this. Now we are going to discuss two of the major ligaments. One ligament is known as the fundiform ligament, and other ligament is known as the suspensory ligament. Now this fundiform ligament, it is attached superficially with, it is present superficially, whereas this suspensory ligament, it is present in deeper layers. This fundiform ligament, it is attached with the linea alba or white line of the abdomen. It goes downwards, then it splits into two portions, and it surrounds the both sides. Whereas this, the one that is present deep, it is known as the suspensory ligament, and this suspensory ligament, it is present onto the anterior surface of pubic symphysis on the inferior portion. It is deep to the fundiform ligament. It extends from the pubic symphysis inferior surface and blends with the fascia on each side. So these are the two attachments of the penis, and with that we are done with. In the next video we are going to discuss the arteries, the veins, and everything, etc. I hope you understood with this video. If you have any queries, please ask in the comments below, and till the next video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and let it grow very soon, inshallah. Let's meet again.